The long-anticipated Yu-Gi-Oh! 2018 Megatins are finally here, and man, am I excited. Now, I do want to clarify, as I do with sort of all the products that I've opened on the channel, I do want to clarify that these ones aren't really that great to purchase if you're looking from a strictly value point of view. What I mean by that is that even though the Megatins are awesome and they reprint a ton of good cards, if you need some of the cards that are reprinted in these, just go buy them. And that sounds crazy, and I know a lot of people say that with every single set, but in the case of the Megatins, it has been true for the last 4 times they've done this. Well, I guess 3 times, because the first one was 2015. It's been true every single time, where even the high-valued cards usually like cut their prices in half by the end of the week, and that's pretty important. However, it is really cool that this is a thing. Back in the day, tins were very different. They didn't actually have any reprints in them. They just had the one on the cover, and that was like the only reprint, and then eventually they got it so there were 5 reprints including the cover card, and then now we have full reprint packs, which is really cool. So tins have changed a lot. I think actually the last time I opened a Megatin I talked about that. So today we're gonna open Jaden, and also special bonus, we actually have 2, but we'll get that other one in a second. And then tomorrow we'll open Yusei. Personally, I think the Jaden one is better. I think a lot of people are really hyped for Nebula Neos. This card is awesome, and I think I've mentioned before in the past, but Elemental Hero Neos is one of my favorite monsters in the game. I know it sounds crazy. Dzeeff likes a casual monster, but it's true. I really like Neos. Neos looks cool, and now we got this cool new retrain Nebula Neos. So anyway, let's open these up. Looks like you get 3 mega packs. I should mention that with these mega packs in particular, you are looking at a much more difficult time at actually pulling the secret rares you want, or really just the cards you want. It's good because it means more cards are reprinted, but they actually increase the secret rare count versus like previous years where it was a lot lower, which means that if you're looking for a specific card, it's a lot harder to pull. I think like a good example is like if you're really excited for like the ALTERGEIST Molosake reprint, instead of buying 1 tin where you might not even pull a single copy of the card, definitely just pick up 3 copies of it. So I think the Megatins are good from a singles buying standpoint, and lots of people are buying these, so it's not going to be very hard to find the singles for these cards. But in terms of like actually buying the Megatin, maybe buy 1 if you want to have some fun, but if you're trying to like actually get certain things, just buy the singles. And I think that is even more true with a Megatin set, just because it's so much larger than a normal pack. Anyway, let's open up the promos. So here it is, Elemental Hero Nebula Neos. Man, this card is so cool looking. I really wish I had the Comic-Con mat, or yeah, I think it was a Comic-Con mat with this guy on it. This card is so cool looking. I'm a huge fan. Grand Mole's like one of my favorite cards as well. So must first be special summon from your extra deck by shuffling the above cards you control into the deck. So you have to use Neos, Mole, and Dark Panther. Now luckily there are 2 pretty decent ways to summon this. There's Miracle Contact, and there's, oh gosh, what is the other card called? It's like the sneak peek promo. I don't actually know the name of it because I haven't actually read the name of it, but the sneak peek promo as well is pretty cool because you banish 2 cards to summon 2 differently named Neospatian cards from your deck, so you can get Grand Mole and Dark Panther out immediately, so that's really cool. And then if this card is special summoned from the extra deck, draw cards equals the number of cards your opponent controls. So to break even with this card, your opponent has to draw 2 you have to draw 2 cards with it. That's pretty decent. I think usually you can expect them to have 2 cards, and then negates the effects of 1 face-up card in the field until the end of its turn. That's okay, probably not as relevant. And then once per turn during the end phase, shuffle this card into the extra deck, and if you do, banish all cards on field face down. I honestly think this card is not that bad. I think this card's really cool. I don't know if I'm going to be the person to break this card, but like honestly, when this card resolves, it's just crazy. And then we have Elemental Hero Solid Soldier, which especially it's like a Goblinberg for Elemental Heroes, kind of cool. Keeper of Dragon Magic. This card has to deal with fusion summons and stuff. I think if I play this card on anything, it's going to be like Fluffles. It kind of has like a unique interaction with fusion summoning. So this card is normal special summoning. You can discard 1 card, add 1 polymerization normal spell card, or fusion normal spell card from your deck to your hand. No, you can't search Brilliant Fusion because it says fusion normal spell card. Then you can reveal 1 fusion monster in your extra deck, special summon 1 of the fusion monsters whose name is specifically listed on that monster from your graveyard and face down in defense position. You can only use each effect once per turn, and then you can't special summon non-fusion monsters during the turn you activate them. This card's really cool. Mud Dragon of the Swamp. sort of has a protection effect, kind of a cool instant fusion target. And then we have Arcana Extra Joker. Seems kind of weird that this is included in the Jaden tin. Seeing these other cards all have something to do with either elemental heroes or fusion specifically. This card is just sort of Arcana Force support, but it's kind of interesting, I guess. Not as good as we've had in the past. Some promos have been crazy. Obviously, last year we had Pot of Desires, which was nuts, but still pretty cool. I like the exclusive cards. Maybe they're not as like competitive as a lot of people were hoping they would be, but I don't think that necessarily means that they're bad. Oh man, finally got FA Whipcross to reprint, everybody. Aren't we excited? We got Grapple Angler, World Legacy Clash, Zombina, Galaxy Worm, very cool card. Never really took off in the TCG, but did see. I guess I should put the comments over here, and then these guys in the middle. Never really took off in the TCG, but a lot of people in the OCG played this card in Burning Abyss. Gravity Lash, Mech Knight Indigo Eclipse, or as Nim refers to this card, it is Move Man. And then we have, oh cool, Mech Knight Purple Nightfall. This is the Mech Knight pack. Yeah, these are long-awaited reprints as well. A lot of people want these cards. And Goki Thunder Ogre, which is kind of disappointing because no one really wants that, but that's okay. They can't all be winners. We got Re-X, or Rex, as some people might say. I guess I can put that in. I don't know. Where is it? I guess we'll go over here. Speedway Passing Glider. Pulse Mines, shout out to Duel Links. Those guys. Digital Bug, Ladybug. LED Bug, I suppose. Infernity Patriarch. Down with the Patriarchy. And then Link Belt Wall Dragon. Open up the next pack here. The funny thing about the Yusei tin, which I'll talk about in the next video, there's a promo in there that's actually been an OCG card since like 2007 or something. Something crazy like that for a long time. Oops, okay. Speedroid Skull Marbles, Amazonas Empress, World Legacy Landmark, Amazonas Spy, Goki Headbat, obviously really good card. SYLVAN and Princesssprite for our super rare. I should mention that I'd be very cautious about buying Megatins as well, because in the past there's always been like one archetype that got hit from there. Obviously it's just like more likely to happen because there's so many cards, but I remember Shaddolls got reprinted, everyone was super excited, then they got hit. Zoo got reprinted, everyone was super excited, then they got hit. In the case of this Megatin, I don't want to say that it's going to happen, but I would just point out that Isolde, the Two Tails of the Noble Knights, is not in this Megatin, which is kind of crazy. On the other hand, Firewall Dragon's in this Megatin. This card should probably be banned. So there it is, Firewall Dragon, if you don't have one. If you don't have one of the most degenerate cards ever printed, now you can get it in your deck. World Chalice Guard Dragon. And another World Chalice card. Commits around Magazine, Link in for Flyer, Die Dance, Cyber's Beacon, Breakaway, Langling. Alright. So far, two pretty good secret rares. But there certainly are a lot of bad secret rares, like all the Squib Draw cards, like the Rocket cards are all reprinted. Those ones are pretty lackluster. Jack Wyvern. Whoa, this looks crazy. Double Resonator. I have never seen that. That guy's pretty crazy. There's so many good Resonators, and they have a Rhoda. Zombino. Power of the Guardians. Alright. Rescue Ferret. This card's been part of a couple FTKs actually in Gokis, but hasn't really caught on. And we have Trickstar Candiano, which obviously we have 1,000 copies of this card from the Star Pack, but still pretty cool. Dragonoid Generator, Temple of the Mind's Eye. Some other cards here. Lockout Garden. Oh, we got Rune, Queen of Oblivion. This is also the first Mega Pack in history, as far as the Megatins go at least, that has reprints not from the 4-set block that they have. Megatins are always like, so there's like, if you look at the last 6 main sets, not the last 2 sets, but the 4 before that are what's reprinted in here. That's where all the reprints come from. I think most people have figured that out. But this is the first one that randomly has 3 different reprints. It has Rune, Queen of Oblivion, and then it has Demise, and then it has End of the World, which is a little interesting, I would say, mostly because they probably could have just put those cards in the, I don't know, I have a conspiracy theory that I'm pretty sure that they, in the last OTS pack, there was, let me try to open this, whoops. So tough when this card's on the table. In the last OTS pack, there was actually, they reprinted the recently regularly printed Demise and Ruin sort of retrains, and I have a conspiracy theory that I think that was a mistake, and they were actually, someone messed up and they were supposed to reprint the old copies of those cards, which would have made a lot more sense because they were expensive. It's just like, pretty sure they messed that up. Anyway. This one. The mega packs this year are really orange. Got a pumpkin theme going on. We don't need to necessarily open the promos a second time. I'm sure you guys haven't forgotten about them. Man, Nebula Neoso is so freaking cool. I love that card. It's really cool. I don't know if I'll be able to make it work in something. You can like do some like crazy things to like summon it. It's just... The strategy is probably too linear, and obviously like you can just ash the effect because it draws cards, which is pretty sad. I think like the big payoff is actually drawing cards. Holy crap. Another FA Whip Crosser. That's broken. That's insane value. We just got $200 worth of value because of the two Whip Crossers. Grapple Angler. Oh, wait a second. I think no, Scramble Egg. I don't know. I've heard some that there's like mapping issues with these where you pull like the same cards in a row. So I know that we pulled these two in a row out of our first pack last time. Scramble Egg, Air Cracking Storm, Launcher Commander, Goki Rematch, another card we have like 1,000 of. Mythical Beast, Master Cerberus. Pretty important card for Pendulums. Kind of outdated reprint now, but it's definitely... we've pulled 4 useful secret rares, and it's not that you don't pull useful cards in these. It's just that, once again... and it kind of like... It's the same thing with the Mystery Power Box. It's not that you like pull... necessarily like bad cards out of them. It's just in a lot of these cases you could have just bought the cards like as singles, and you wouldn't have had to leave it to like luck or anything, and you probably would have saved money. Now I do want to clarify, like I did with I didn't do with the Cybernetic Horizon box opening. These values might be much higher right now, like today, because it's the first day that the Megatons are out. They might be much higher right now than they are going to be like a week from now. So just keep in mind like the context of what I'm talking about. The hype prices are always going to be outrageous. Seeker. Oh, we got Altergeist Protocol. Obviously a card I'm a huge fan of. And we got Dragonic Diagram, reprinted a second time, which heavily implies that they are not going to hit True Dracos. Currently, True Dracos have actually been topping. It's pretty crazy. They did really well at the ARG Invitational, getting 2 top 8 spots, actually a 3rd place, and I think the other person just top 8. Not sure about their place, but and also this was reprinted in the recent Battle of Legends. So Konami is really showing that they don't mind True Dracos being in the form. We got Trickstar, Holly Angel, not Holy Angel, Holly Angel, Goki Suplex. Yeah, I think actually Konami... Oh, this card is so cool. Orbital Hydrolander. Man, what a cool card. Yeah, I think it's really showing that Konami is perfectly fine where True Dracos are right now. I think that they like True Dracos when they don't have Masterpiece, so they're fine just keeping them around. Sort of a good anti-meta deck. Abyss Actor, Trendy Understudy. Speaking of True Draco cards, pulled another FA Whip. Wow, $300 worth of value in these tins. You gotta go buy them. Air Kraken Storm, World Legacy Pawns, Auto Rocket Dragon, those dang rockets, Pendulum Paradox. See, we did pull one sort of booty secret rare. And then Trickstar Light Stage, cool. Very nice. Once again, I don't think that like the cards in this card's awesome. End of the World is one of those reprints that's not from those packs or whatever. It's not that I think these cards are bad. Like, these cards are fine. It's just you have to like think about from the value of a consumer, where you're getting cards that you could have just bought as singles. Because it's like, these cards might not be bad, but like, am I going to use any of them? Like, no. And if maybe someone wanted to build like a Mech Knight deck, they would just buy purple, you know, just buy purple. Maybe you want to play a Rescue Hamster Ferret deck, like some crazy Pendulum concoction. Just buy those cards. Don't buy the Megatons. But it definitely is always fun opening the Megatons, seeing what's happened. I think it's more fun as like a nostalgia thing, just like walk through what happened over the past year and a half or whatever. Anyway, though, that is going to wrap up my double Jaden opening. Make sure to come back tomorrow. Subscribe if you want to. We'll be opening 2 U-State tins as well. Kind of go through those promos too. So anyway, hopefully you guys knew this video. I will see you later. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.